So tell me, because I'm not quite sure where you stand on immigration. You handled a guy who came out and said, "Why do you want to deport me and my family?" You handled that really, really well while on the campaign stump. But, if you look at what Trump has released this weekend, it's very, very clear. I don't necessarily believe he'll do it, but it's very, very clear. What is yours?
Yeah, that's a great point. And you're right. He's tapped in this issue as well as a bunch of others. He's tapped into a very real passion, a very real concern of folks out there. I mentioned, in fact, it was one of the times when I was on your show and you weren't on, but guest hosts were filling in months and months ago. I walked through exactly where I'm at and how I got there. For me, when I talk about securing the border, now having been to the border with Governor Abbott and talking about it with others out there, I've seen it as much greater than just immigration. We need to have a wall. We need to have the infrastructure. We need to have
hang on just a second. Technology. Let me stop here. We have heard, who was it, Pat, from San Diego? Duncan Hunter. Duncan Hunter went on when I was at CNN, and he went on and on and on, and I love Duncan Hunter, but he went on and on and on about how he put the wall shall be built into the law. And if you know anything, Glenn, about the law, if it says shall, it has to be. They have to build this wall. We've been hearing about this wall forever.
5% of it.
President Obama says it's 95% complete. How are you finally going to get people in Washington to actually build the wall?
Well, I've been to the border, and I could say it's far from 95%, that's for sure. I mean, I've seen the openings, I've seen the passings, I've seen the problems that are created out there. To me, in a way that's similar to how we're going to repeal Obamacare and other things, in the sense that when I came in Wisconsin, a blue state, everything was Democrat, went Republican. We didn't just take on the unions. We didn't just take on the Democrats. We took on, particularly in one of our legislative houses, the Republican establishment that didn't want to do anything. I remember a week after the election, I came in and talked to all the Republicans and said it's put up or shut up time. They went from all Democrat to all Republicans. I made the point that if we just did a little bit less bad things than the Democrats did, the voters would have every right to throw us out. And so we said it was put up or shut up time, and then we went through with one of the most, if not the most aggressive, common sense, conservative agenda in the country. And we did it. We didn't just do it where I got elected 3 times. We've actually added seats to the legislative majorities in 12 and 14. Why? Because for Republicans, but even for independents, what they want more than anything is not someone to move to the center. They want someone to govern, to lead, to do what they said they were going to do. And in this case, I think it's a matter of pushing back with the House and the Senate and saying, we've got to do this. Israel, I was in Israel earlier this year. They just completed a 500-mile fence. By doing that and staffing it and having the technology to make sure it works effectively, they've seen something like over a 90% reduction in terrorist acts in that country that they attribute to having an effective fence. 500 miles, that's about a quarter the size of our southern border. But heck, Israel's a much, much smaller country. If Israel can do it effectively, there's no reason why America can't. And it's not just because of immigration. It's much bigger than that. We've got international criminal organizations penetrating our southern-based borders. If it was happening in our water-based ports, we'd be sitting in the Navy. We should do something on our borders.